Hi, this is Julie with Three Sisters Sundries, back again for part 2 of the Traveler's Notebook insert. We've got our zipper pocket all finished, and now it's time to move on to the shaker portion. Before I put anything in here, I like to go through it with a used dryer sheet just to take the static out. So I just put it in there and kind of swish it around with a pencil or something. I have scissors available right here, so that's what I'm going to use. Anyway, just rub it around in there a little bit. Now I have pre-cut a piece of paper and decorated it to put inside. This one has the same paper and a little cut apart. It's double-sided paper, so you don't have to put paper in if you don't want to. You can do a plain shaker that's just clear. Here's an example of what it would look like if it was just a clear shaker. Anyway, so it's up to you. But if you do want to put paper in, our measurements are 4 by 8 for the cellophane that's enclosed in here. It's best if you trim down the size just a tad, so more like 3 7/8 by, I think the 8 should work for the length, but you'll need to trim down the size just a little bit. So we're just going to slip that inside. And I also wanted to mention, if you decorate it, I have used a sticker this time, so I have sealed the edges down really well on my sticker. If you use a cut apart or any other thing, use liquid glue. If you use double-sided tape, the edges may not get sealed real well and the sequins will go behind there and get stuck. So use liquid glue. That'll just dry hard and clear and not sticky. Okay, so we're going to put our paper in. Now to make my mix, I've got some sequins. I've got all these sequins, and I just picked colors that match the Hello line from Doodlebug. I've also got some cute little, I don't know what these are. They're not really beads. They don't have holes in them, but they're just little kind of beady things. I also wanted to get some other beads. I've got these bright pink ones that I like that go with it, and here's just some white ones for neutral, and here's some yellow ones, and I think that's, oh, maybe these blue ones will work too, and even some of these green ones. So I'm just going to pour them into a bowl and really quickly and show you how I just mix up my mix. I just put kind of a little pinch in of each color, because a pinch of every one of these kind of adds up pretty fast. So I just want to make sure I get a good representation of all the colors. So just quickly put in, these are little tiny white stars, and I've just dumped a bunch out on my table. They are hard to get in because they're hard to pick up because they are so staticky. Okay, and these are tiny little kind of iridescent-y yellow little flowers. These are from Alton Craft, or Alton, I think it's Crafts. Okay, and some light pink. I don't need a lot of those. And then some blue. Love the navy blue in this line, so I'm going to add a bunch of those to bring that out. Other bright blues. Now we'll add a few beads. See, it adds up pretty quickly. We're getting quite a Oh, that may be too many beads. Well, we'll leave them in there. I like those. And then we'll add some of these little tiny ones. These are also Alton Crafts. Little itty bitty beads. And some blue ones. Oh, pardon my phone. Oh, those ones aren't even open. All right. Anyway, I'm going to finish mixing this up and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I have got my sequin mix all finished. I also added a few gold stars in there to bring out the gold in the paper. So we are just going to do some dumping. I'm going to put a few. Oh, let me zoom back out. Oops, wrong way. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to put a few on the front and then a few in the back. So we're just going to start dumping. You can also add glitter to your mix, but I find that the glitter kind of sticks to everything. I've got most of the beads in the front and the back. Let's see. Well, I've got a good mix of beads in there. Let's put a few more in the front. And we'll dump the rest. Oh, got all those in the back. Let's just put the sequins in the back. And dump all those other little beady things in the front. Okay, so now we've got our mix in. And you can kind of hold on to the top a little bit and shake it around and see if you're happy with it. If you're not, you can always add a few things, or, well, it's hard to take away, but I think I'm going to add a few more sequins. I think I've got a higher bead to sequin ratio that I want in that front part. I'm just going to add a couple more pinches here of sequins. Put a little pink and a little blue, and I think that will work. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so now it's time to seal that up. I just close those so I don't knock them off. Okay, so we're going to take another piece of packing tape. We are not going to split this one in half like we did for the zipper pocket. I forgot to fold down the end of my tape. Hang on, I've got to unstick my tape. Okay, I got my tape unstuck. So I'm just going to cut a piece that is, ooh, sorry about the noise, that is just going to cover, I'm going to say from the center of my center portion, that's about a ½ inch wide, over past the end of my insert. So about that long. Okay. And I need to, oh. Okay, then you just hold your, you've got your little flap here that we cut off and left attached. So you just need to make sure that that is lined up. Kind of squish it down because because with all the sequins in there, this part kind of pops open. So just hold that down and overlap your tape at about halfway down the width, and then seal it really good. Put it on as smooth as you can, and then we're going to turn it over and make sure that your tape is sealed to itself above the lamination. Sorry, it's morning. I'm having a hard time. My brain's not quite working yet. Anyway, make sure that your tape is sealed to itself above there just a little bit, just to secure your connection there. And then just press it down good. And then you can trim that edge off even with your lamination. And then you can kind of angle your tape down a little bit too. Okay, so that's it. Pretty cute. And then let's see, I did score that, so let me grab my scoreboard and we will score down the center of that, just to make it easier to put it in our traveler's notebook. Okay, so we're just gonna, easier to get that in there. It's really hard to see where the center is, but we're just gonna score down the center of that. And then fold it in half, and you can decide what side you want showing first, but I like the, it's kind of hard to fold that even with the score, but it is possible. Get my bone folder and there we go. Okay, so now it has a nice score in it. So then you just slip it inside around one of your notebooks. That's probably not the best one. Well, they all have decoration on them, so it's going to be a little bit harder to see, but just slip it inside around one of your notebooks. And there you go. You have your shaker on one side with your cuteness on both sides of that shaker, and then you have your zipper pocket on the other side. Now we also have a bookmark, so let's make a bookmark real quick. Okay, I have enclosed our bookmark piece into the lamination, so I'm just going to trim. I'm going to trim off the top, and I'm going to trim completely across this time, and then just trim off the excess around the edge. And as I mentioned before, if you are having a really hard time seeing your plastic, your lamination, and where to trim, you can always do this just with a pair of scissors. So I'm just going to trim and make sure you leave a little bit around the cellophane so that it keeps its seal. I didn't cut that real straight. Okay, so as you can see, maybe I have a little bit of lamination around that. So we're just gonna mix up just a little bit more of our sequin mix. So I will do that and be right back to show you how to finish this off. Okay, I'm back and I've mixed up my sequins and I'm happy with that mix. So I am going to attempt to pour it in here. Now, you can also do the dryer sheet in here, but it's a little bit trickier, so we're going to give it a shot. I'm just going to shove it down in there And maybe I will grab, oh, I have a chopstick. I have a chopstick down here. So this will work much easier than scissors or a pencil, nice and long. So just wipe the inside with a dryer sheet, like so. And then you can pour your mix in. This is going to be a little bit messy, I think. Maybe if you have a bead tray, that would work better because they have a little nozzle, but my sequins always just stick to it with static. So we're going to attempt it this way. Huh, not too bad, not too bad. My sequins are kind of staticky though, as usual. So let's see. Okay, we'll call that good. All right, we might need to put a few more things in there. That's not very full. I think we'll put, let's see, maybe some more blue. Sequins, another pinch of blue. And you can fill this just as full as you want. Might need some of these little beady things. I didn't put any of those in my mix. So maybe a few of these. And a few blue. Oh my goodness, those are tight. Okay, we're just going to open it that way instead. Okay, and maybe another pinch of pink. And then when you're happy with it, I think that will work. When you're happy with it, we're going to do the same thing we did with our other shaker and get a piece of packing tape. Just a little bit wider than our bookmark. Going to put it about halfway, seal it and push it down really good, and seal it to itself at the very top just a little bit, and then press it down. And then we're going to trim off the edges, even with these lamination. And then we're going to decorate it with a little bit of washi. I think we'll go with this beautiful floral, if I can find the end. There it is. And just kind of decide what you want for the front and the back. It doesn't really make much difference. I'm just going to put it along the very top edge. I put my tape on crooked. And then gonna just wrap it around. And then just fold it over onto itself on the other side. So that will be the back. Okay, to decorate, there are a few options. On my other bookmark, where did I put, oh my gosh, I buried it. It's in here somewhere. Oh, here it is. On my other bookmark, I put a one of the cardstock stickers. So you can either do that. I found a couple of pieces of the odds and ends ephemera pack that we could put on there, either a bow or a flower. And then Doodlebug also makes these little tiny sprinkle shapes that are enamel. Those would work. Anyway, there are several options. I think I'm going to go with this blue bow because it goes really well with the washi tape. But I think I want to pop it up on some foam tape because I love the look of the dimension on these things. So I am just going to, and the foam tape's not quite so dimensional that it's going to make it catch on things. So I think I'll cut just a couple of little pieces to put on the sides of this bow. There we go. That'll be cute. There we go. Now there's our little matching bookmark to go with our shaker. So this insert will be in my Etsy shop at Three Sisters Sundries shop on Etsy, and I will also put the bookmark in there also. So check them out. I will get those put up today, and thanks for watching.